Today, let's go over some free sewing patterns for some April inspiration. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content. In today's video, we are going to be looking at some free Pinterest pins that I found for different sewing relating patterns, all for April. So as you can see, I have this Pinterest board here for 2024 sewing patterns. We have been building this out over the year, including patterns for January, February, and March. So be sure to check those out. I will include links to those videos throughout this video. In today's video, we are going to be focusing on some free patterns for April. So to get here, you're just going to click this little April link and you'll see that we have 6 patterns for this month. So for this month, I really focused on more quilts and spring ideas, including some like fruit themed quilts. We had a simple tote bag, some gardening inspired sewing projects, and then a couple of decorations for around the house. So let's get started and talk about some of these fun quilting projects, including this like watermelon quilt. So I thought this looked so fun. It's a completely free quilting pattern. So to get here, you're just going to click the link and you can see it's going to open up a website for this Mod Melons free quilt pattern. So as you scroll down, you can see it has a lot of information on how to sew the curves in a quilt, including how to cut out the templates, and then like they did a sew along for this as well. It creates this really fun, really cute watermelon quilt pattern. She even talks about the different fabrics that she used for hers. It just looks really fun and really great for especially this kind of beginning summer anticipation and season. And I really like how she includes so much information and including a video on how to cut out those curves so you make sure that that watermelon really has the best curve shape. So to get to the actual pattern, you're going to click this link and you can see that it has the full breakdown for the quilt, for how much fabric you will need, for the different rinds, the actual melon itself. So lots of information is here. You do not have to provide an email address. You do not have to provide any type of information like that. You just kind of follow along step by step. So now our next free pattern is going to be this fun little strawberry quilt block. So again, this is entirely free. It looks really fun. You could definitely maybe mix this and match this with the watermelon to make a really cool summer quilt inspired pattern, and it's going to walk you through how much fabric you're going to need. So especially talking about the different colors for the strawberry, the pink, the green, the white. It talks about how many squares you'll need for each. Really provides great information for how much you will do for each of them. Really breaks it all down so you can make sure that when you're sewing, everything is coming out correctly and you are getting the right size to put your strawberry together. But of course you could build these out to have as many as you would like. I think that this could be fun for a wall hanging, especially for like this May, June time frame. So starting on this in April could be a really great idea. So now with those 2 quilts out of the way, we're going to talk about some other fun projects that I found. So one is this simple tote bag tutorial. I feel like with the summer season coming up, tote bags are always just a great item to have on hand, especially if you're traveling, if you are going to be going to the pool later on. So this is a great time to start to make these. So I found this really simple tutorial that you click this read it button, and this pattern will walk you through everything you're going to need, how much fabric you'll need, the thread. They use rotary cutter, wonder clips, the sewing machines, everything that you would really need to make this tutorial and to make this bag, and then they go step by step into how much you will need for each piece. So you could definitely play around with this for the exterior bag or for the interior if you want to use vinyl, if you want to use water resistant fabric, just different ways that you could make this even better for the summer season. So just another really fun option. Tote bags are also pretty simple, so this can be a really great beginner friendly project and to help you understand how to build some of these basic concepts of like a strap or the body of a bag so that you could make more complex bags in the future. Okay, so next up we have some fun garden inspired sewing projects. So this is actually a collection of 10 different garden inspired sewing projects. I feel like with April we're really starting to think about getting outside, starting to do gardening, so this is a great way that you could start to incorporate that. So they talk about that they have like a DIY gardening apron. They also do a floral skirt. So this is more of like a blog collection, so you could go through and see if any of these kind of match what ideas you're thinking about. So they have like different play tents you could be making, this like really fun picnic bag, which I thought was a great idea. Then they have some really fun like embroidery tutorials, so a little outside of actual sewing, but if you want to try a new skill. Lots of different options on here for if you wanted to grow your sewing ideas. So there's this really great useful belt that you could put all of your sewing equipment into. I may be trying to make this this spring as well to see how well I can get this to work. I know that I have family members and my husband really likes to do gardening, so I think this could be really useful and a really fun project to have. Okay, so the last two items are cute little table decorations, just decorations to have for April. We have this cute little DIY fabric bird. So this is a beginner-friendly fabric bird sewing tutorial. What I really liked about this pin was that she talks about the different pattern pieces you'll be using. A lot of this is hand sewing and putting it together that way. So if you're somebody who does suffer from arthritis, just keep that in mind, that there is a lot of hand sewing that goes into it, and I know that that can affect arthritis a little bit more. If you want to read it though, you're going to click this read it button, and then it walks you step by step through how you can make these fabric birds. The pattern download is clicked here. So again, no information is needed to get this. You just click that button and then you are able to print all of these little pattern pieces out. And then she walks you step by step on how to make the pattern, how to cut through the bird, how to get all of this to work. I have not actually made this one yet. I think that looks really fun to do and I may try it out later, but I've noticed that sometimes these free patterns, they may be missing a step or they're assuming something. So definitely be sure to take your time when working through these so that you can create the best little bird that you can. I also love these little details that she puts of doing the hand stitching just to give it that more handmade look and that fun effect. So now the last pattern that I have on my list for April, which I'm probably the most excited about, is this happy cat stuffed animal. So you're going to click this link and you can see that you can make these cute cats. I think that this is so fun. I love the little button eyes as well. In case you haven't noticed, I love using buttons. And we're going to visit this website. So these cats actually come in 2 sizes, which is so cute, and there's so many different ways that you could add different techniques to this. I think that I'm probably going to be doing a patchwork effect for mine just to give it a really fun and unique shape. I think that this could be a perfect gift for somebody who loves cats. You could do that as a Mother's Day gift, you could do this as a birthday gift, you could do these for Christmas, really a lot of different ways that you could go about making this. So you're going to click this link and this will take you to the ability that you'll be able to cut out the pattern pieces. There's both a large cat and a small cat, so you can figure out which size you would like to do. I probably would go with the large cat just because I think it seems fun. The small cat, I would be a little cautious of how turning these legs would go. So when you are sewing this, be careful about just like these tiny little turns, making sure that it is turning out correctly. It talks about all the items you'll need though. So they talk about cotton fabric, chopstick to help with those turning, sewing kit, stuffing. So she uses wool. Definitely you could use whatever type of stuffing you would like. You could even make this be very eco-friendly. If you had scraps laying around, just turn it into like a little scrap stuffing project. And then the embroidery thread for all of the different features that the cat has, and then she just walks you step by step through the pattern pieces. So these were my 6 patterns for April. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one you're going to be trying out. With all of the sewing, I hope that you have a great month of April whenever you're watching this video. I hope this gave you some sewing inspiration, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next.